I think resources are available in various forms, not just money or cashy, but other forms like the people, like time, like wisdom, other skills that you can really coordinate just for these people to contribute whatever they have, not just money, but it's the management and administration so that these can happen.
Sawadee welcome to Thailand Today, and Kusuma Tasmus as your host. A year ago, Thailand had some 10 million people or of above the retirement age, or 14.9% of the total population. According to the Thai Census Bureau, a projection by the National Economic and Social Development Board says by the year 2030, about 25% or 17.8 million of the population will be past the mandatory retirement age. So capital Bangkok has the lowest number of around 10.1 million elderly and retirees, 38% of which are still working. At the other end, there are 68,000 people with a disability in the city. Without a steady income and depending on their families, the majority faces increasing health care and medical expenses. Social assistance programs help keep them afloat and make a big difference in life. Thailand Today welcome Dr. Pusadee Tamthai, Deputy Governor of Bangkok, who will bring some good news about the old age and disability allowance. We are honored to welcome Dr. Pusadee Tamthai, Deputy Governor of Bangkok. Sawadee ka.
Sawadee ka.
Thank you very much.
You're
I'm
very
delighted
welcome.
to have you here. Well, today we are going to talk about a very important topic, not only the old age people, but disability that you are handling. And so tell me, you see, when I was in foreign country, I was used to think that why don't we have such a care like do we have presently we have in Thailand.
Here in Bangkok.
So what made us change right from the beginning? We didn't have the social security now before.
Well, no, even now we don't have Social Security. If you compare what they call Social Security in the US, let's say. But here, let's focus on Bangkok.
Oh, Bangkok, yes.
Okay. Now, the number, about like 900,000 only in Bangkok.
Okay.
Those who are registered here in Bangkok. Now, the government decided, well, talking about the care in general first, we need to talk about like the, let's say, normally they divide the elderly into three main groups.
Okay.
One is the, I don't know whether this is the right word or not, bed-bound or bedridden. Bed-bound.
Unmovable, no mobility.
Something like that, yes. It's only about 2% of the number. And then another group is the homebound, meaning like they stay home, but they can still move, doing things, but they don't go out to socialize. The other one is sort of like still active, social bound, I would say.
Interesting names.
Yeah, so three main groups. And so what do we have in order to take care of these groups? The social bound or the active ones, that is pretty easy because we encourage them to set up like, let's say, elderly groups, elderly clubs, which now in Bangkok there are about almost 300 clubs.
Not bad.
Where they come and join together doing all kinds of activities, religious activities, entertainment, meaning singing, dancing, yes, or even like a computer. That, yes.
Just bread. Okay.
Without money.
Without money, yes.
Things like that. So that's pretty easy that we are also exercises. Okay, so these, they are happy with what they can do and what they do.
Yes.
Now the second group is the homebound. That's still okay because they don't like to go out. They prefer staying home. But the third one, which is the bedbound, now this is the most difficult one and the most challenging one. But in Bangkok for the BMA, I have to speak on behalf of our governor, the governor of Bangkok, Pom Ratchawong Sukhumpan Boripat, because this is his interest, his care, because he cares so much, and he really pushed us, the BMA, just to really come up with the plan of actions for the next 4 years. What do we do for these people?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I would like to say that for the bedridden, I have to say that we, BMA, Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, works in cooperation with other government agencies and also with private organizations as well. So we do have, well, first of all, medical services, yes, and then the facilities,
Allowance, yes.
Facilities in general, like physical facilities, mobile, a van, to a taxi, to I'm talking about not only elderly but also disabled persons as well. So the vans that can take those who are in wheelchairs just to see to go to the hospitals or to go to places, things like. But first of all of these 900,000 for those who would like to receive, I should use the word living allowance.
Yes.
Okay, they can register themselves. So it's about 700,000 who registered. The rest, probably they are well taken care of. They don't want to utilize the government budget, which is our tax money, which is good. And so about that many that receive the living allowance these days. Budget, that's quite a bit. 5,500 million baht per year for this particular living allowance for the elderly. Now, where does it come from, this budget? Two sources. One is from the government itself, and the other one is the BMA budget. So,
Dividedly, yes.
Yes.
First, let me tell you, BMA keep track with the number of the
Yes.
elderly and the disabled in Bangkok.
Yes,
Yeah.
because there are 50
that.
districts all over Bangkok, and so each district keeps track of this.
Tracking in the sense of the people reporting. How do you track them?
No. The other one is that, well, because we do care a whole lot about health issue, and so we have approximately about like 12,000 volunteers, health volunteers.
Yes.
Now these are common people, okay, who would like very much to do this job. Now, one of the things that they have to do, they visit the homes, okay, and they have to jot down how many people living in this particular household. Each volunteer, I think it depends on the district. Some volunteers are responsible for like 20, 25 households, some 15, some 30, I think around that. And so they have to go and visit each and every household, and they keep track on the number, elderly, number of the bed-bound, homebound
categories accordingly.
Yes. So things like that, and so we have to match these figures and the reported figures.
You mentioned that the budgeting is from the BMA and also government. So
yes.
it is 50-50. How do you?
No. Actually, it's supposed to be a total amount should come from the government because it's a policy initiated by the government. So, but we contributed about, let's say, 8%, and the rest is from the government.
So it has been. Now let's talk about the elderly first. So they have allowance, not only the hospitalized, but they can call right away. You have a mobility of the van to pick them up for the hospital.
Yes. Well, we do have emergency services. That's one, and also the van that I mentioned earlier. That too, that they can call, but they have to sort of like make a reservation ahead of time because we don't have enough yet.
Yes, to have categorized three of them. So allowance. Is it equal to all?
Yeah.
Everybody has the same.
It's by age.
Yes. By age.
Yes, by age. So for those who
60
applied,
up.
Yes, for the living allowance, each and everyone by age. We go by age.
Yes, but you get the same amount.
The same amount.
Okay.
Well, if you're 60 to 70, you get 600 baht per month.
Okay.
70 up, 700 baht, and then 80 up, 8,000 baht, and 90 up, 1,000.
So far, no complaint. So far, happy with it.
Well, they complain.
Something better than nothing.
They complain, well, it's not enough. The cost of living is increasing, which is a fact.
Yes.
But what BMA would like to do, especially the governor would like to see the good and effective mechanism, the community mechanism, okay, within the community, not only just the communities as we understand, but also like condo community, the the housing estate community. What we need to have is the very effective mechanism, okay, because bed-bound, homebound. So at least if you do have volunteers within each community, and if they do have effective mechanism, then they can really take care with the support from the government, whether it be local government or the central government. That's fine. So here in Bangkok, we need to work in cooperation with many.
So what is on your mind, and the governor? What is Mr. Governor wanted it to be?
Well,
the mechanism that you said.
No,
they joined by themselves?
Yes, wanted to see like all as well taken care of. But we need to really push for the sort of like the
self-reliance.
Self-reliance in general. But of course, we do understand that there might be some loopholes. So how do we sort of like fix all those? But it needs to come from people. So he would like to see the participation from the elderly. And so that's the reason why we encourage all these clubs and the visits, home visits and things like that. So at least we can talk with them and see what they need, what kind of things they would like to see being done for them and with them.
Do you think some kind of a profession or career for the old age people has been designed for that?
Yes.
For example, one country in our ASEAN country, mostly when you visit, we say the taxi driver mostly are elderly people. So how about Thailand? Have you designed something like that?
Well, we are planning to do that as well. For example, like as the figure says, 90% still active. And very much so. So we are planning in the sense that all these people can come and participate and do all kinds of things, okay, as long as we do have that authority to do. Okay, this is a rule of law. We just cannot do what we want to without the law allowing us to do so. Okay, so that's a teeny bit of a challenge. Okay, all the regulations and rules, but that's why we encourage the sort of like informal action, like people do it on their own with support from different organizations. They don't have to follow 1, 2, 3, 4 according to the book, but some regulations, but coming from they themselves. You mentioned like not only like all those jobs, but also we mentioned about we initiated and we started already caregivers.
What's that?
Well, caregivers, we are saying like bed-bound, homebound, and all these groups. Now, what we would like to see is that people, commoners, people, not government officials, do take part in this. And so we provide training for caregivers, of course, like in Japan, aging society definitely, and we are following them closely. So we need people who have skills to do this job. And so we invite like nurses and also like the volunteers, health volunteers, while many of them are in the same age group but are still active. And so that, and also like the relatives of the families. So we provide them with this kind of training, and they are becoming skillful caregivers, care managers, caregivers, so that at least we can take care of, for example, like we finished training special caregivers for about like 1,200 already. So each one, we request them to take care of the 10 bed-bound elderly, things like that. So at least we can cover that part. The other parts are easier.
Madam Deputy Governor, what is the reason? Why do the old age people start becoming stronger in Thailand? Because of the good, what do you call it?
Medical facilities, yes.
Medical facilities. Food, or what kind of?
And also, I think awareness. Awareness of all of us, I think, who would like very much to stay healthy. And that's why health food has become very popular. All those
surgery.
Although that's not my that's not my liking. But all kinds of things. But medical, I think, is the big factor. And also, well, as we have, like 90% are still very active. They still dance. I mean, I have witnessed like 84-year-old woman who performed on stage dancing with like her legs spread it out like that.
Yes.
It's just amazing. So
did she say what has she taken? What kind
well,
of
she said that
calcium
regular,
is so
yeah,
good?
she said that no. She said nothing much except like watch out what you eat and then just do exercises. That's very simple. She said, well, she didn't do anything extra than just good food, good rest, good exercises.
You're one of them who were
Well,
strong and
no.
mentally and healthy.
Oh, thank God, I'm still okay up here.
Yeah, that's right. So, how big is the budget of each fiscal year?
Fiscal
Very
year,
high?
well, as not only you're talking about like not only the living allowance, right? Oh, I
Yeah,
don't.
but
I'm sorry, I don't have that figure.
You don't have,
but
in total, roughly that we can manageable type.
should I say like probably like 1,000 million,
Millions, yeah. Okay. Well,
covering
that's
like
true,
medical
yeah.
facilities and things like that, or even more. I don't know. I don't have the figure.
That's okay.
Yes.
That's okay. But well, anyway, we all satisfied. I think you seem like set to them all. Yeah?
Yes, but one thing that I would like to say is that we don't have to look for more and more budget. But what I would like to see is the fact that if I think resources are available in various forms, not just money or cashy, but other forms like the people, like time, like wisdom, like other skills that you can really coordinate just for these people to contribute whatever they have, not just money, but it's the management and the administration so that these can happen.
Can you tell us about the lately that you have a kind of a seminar on the old age or what you were saying about the young? You have invited the people. That's a very interesting topic.
I was sharing with you the disabled people.
Yeah,
I think we need to have another session on disabled. That is another group that the governor cares for so much, and so trying to come up with other than living allowance, which is a government policy. But like para games, and we encourage them to participate in sports, and then we send them to participate, at the national level as well. And the occupational training and the inclusive society, inclusiveness concept, that's what we would like to see, occupational training and also education. Here at the BMA, we do have like 438 schools. 117 of them do have facilities for disabled students. Now, what I would like to say is that recently there was a seminar which I thought it's wonderful, which is called the One Young World Summit 2015. And one particular person, he's disabled, and he came out on stage and he was sharing with more than 1,000 young people aged between 18 and 30. Boy, it's very inspiring. And he said, well, what I would like to tell you is that please see me.
It's normal.
Please see me.
Right?
See me, please see me. Usually people don't know how to cope. When you see like disabled people, sometimes you just
turn around
or just look away.
Look away, just not to them to feel it or something. So what
he said,
they want it?
Please say hi.
Really?
I am a person. And he said another thing is that I'm not special. I do have dreams and I do have hopes, just like other people. Things like that. Very, very
touchy,
inspiring.
Very touchy, yes.
So I said the direction that we are moving toward, all countries, including Thailand and BMA in particular, we're moving toward inclusiveness, inclusive society, where we don't have to see them asking, demanding for their rights.
Okay.
But all government offices and all state enterprises and even private sectors, we need to think on the same line, meaning like you have to include. They don't have to demand for their rights because it's their rights, natural rights. So we need to design whatever we need to do for them.
Yes, and as of now, so what kind of a welfare system that BMA provide? Again,
With
I'm
the
asking
state.
about this for these two
State.
groups. For these two groups.
Not too different from the elderly, like the living allowance,
Yes.
medical facilities, and also
The
facilities.
same amount with the
No. For
that
the,
also by
for
age?
The, no. Disabled everyone those who have like the ID card as the
really?
disabled person, 800 baht per month.
Oh,
Okay, so
all young, old, or whatever age.
it doesn't matter.
It
Yes,
doesn't
it doesn't matter
okay.
what age.
So they have to go and pick up
Living-
somewhere from where?
They have through the district offices.
office,
Yes.
okay.
So, but this BMA contributed quite a bit. Or contributes, not contributed, still contribute. It's about like half from the government and half from the BMA. Occupational training and also like
Very interesting for the occupation training because
we need to
many of them too strong. And,
very
able to
good,
do it.
very good. I mean, I am impressed with the skills and ability, and also their own association and their own foundations and those organizations that they gather themselves together and work toward the quality of living. I think it's amazing that I would like to see them that way, meaning
Especially-
like with
yes.
dignity.
Yeah,
They don't have to sit and wait.
And we love to see them to enjoy it,
Yes.
similar or
Yes.
better
Yes,
welfare facilities than us, than the normal people.
Well,
Or,
I think we seem to move toward that direction, which I think is the right way to do. Encourage them, and then really create a forum so that they can share experiences, create some kind of activities where they can participate effectively. I think that's what they are happy with. At least they feel like they are still valuable.
Valuable. That's very important for
and then
boosting up.
people just still respect them and care for them, care to hear what they think, care to see what they can do for society in general.
This may not be in your field, but how about the elderly home? Is it the people who nothing to do with us or with the BMA?
Some,
Is it
yes.
BMA? Yeah.
Actually, what is known among the public, one is Ban Bang Care.
Yes.
The Ban Bang Care one comes under the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security, and Ban Bang Care 2, that's us, meaning that the BMA. This is a home for the elderly where we provide facilities covering all aspects, medical facilities, entertainment, education, occupation, everything there. But the capacity, it can take only, the maximum is 140. Also now it's 130, so there's still some room left. That's one. And the other one is called Dindang Service Center, where we provide like two kinds of services. One is the day center, where people can come and again participate in all kinds of activities. The other one is sort of like it acts as the temporary shelter where they can stay there for like 15 days. And then during that time, whatever needs to be done, will be done. And then if after that, they still need that kind of care, meaning like a place to stay, then we can send them to, let's say, Ban Bang Care 2, home for the elderly, or Ban Bang Care 1 or other places.
That depends on their wish. They want their choice.
Yeah, we have to talk, yes, and talk with the family as well and see what the family thinks.
That's very interesting. So I have
too much to talk about.
Yes, we have to come back for that.
Yes.
Right. So it's so sorry that unfortunately our time is up now. So, well, Thailand today we would like to thank Deputy Governor of Bangkok, Dr. Pusadee Tamthai, who elaborated on the welfare system for the elderly and retirees and disabled residents of Bangkok. It's pleasing to the ear that they not only are entitled to monthly allowance, but also recreational activities. Higher cost of living may bite a bit hard, but please take care of the elderly family members. Naka. Sawadika. Thank you so much for being
You're
here.
welcome.
So thank you for watching Thailand today. I'm Kusuma Yothasmut. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Sawadika.